Good morning, children. We are going to discuss about digestive system of the frog. We are discussing about digestion of the frog. Okay, observe very carefully, children. The digestive system of the frog consists of alimentary canal. As usual, in the humans, alimentary canal is there. Same like that in our frog. In the frog also, alimentary canal is present. The alimentary canal consists of mouth to anus, you know very well. And here the main parts of alimentary canal: buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, duodenum, ileum, rectum, reaches the cloaca, common passage for excretory, reproductive, digestive tract, and cloacal aperture. Once again I am telling to you, listen carefully. The alimentary canal of the frog, or in the digestive system of the frog, alimentary canal is there. This alimentary canal consists of buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, duodenum, ileum, rectum to cloaca, cloaca to cloacal aperture. What is the specialty of cloaca? All mouth digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system end with the cloaca. Mouth. First we are going to discuss about mouth. Mouth leads to buccal cavity. The buccal cavity consists of, in the mouth consists of the muscular sticky tongue. The tongue is sticky. Tongue attached to the front and free behind end. Ours tongue attached to the front. Okay, our tongue attached to the behind and free at front. But in the frogs, very important point, tongue attached in the front. Front side the tongue attached and free at the behind, but in our reverse. Got it my point or not? Next, the free edge will be there or not? That is fork. So forks are there, fork like that is there. It flick out whenever they see the insect. The free edge will be come out and catch the insect and gets glued. The insect gets glued to the sticky tongue. The tongue immediately withdrawn, the mouth closes. So like that, first what will happen? The tongue is there, tongue attached in front and free behind. The tongue have free edge and the forked one, there will be flick when the sea frog see the insect. The free forked one, the flick out and catch the insect, and the insect gets glued to the sticky tongue. Then tongue immediately withdrawn, then the mouth closes. So immediately when they enter into the insect inside, immediately the mouth closes. Maxillary teeth, inner region, there will be teeth are also there in present in the frog. The teeth, one type of teeth is maxillary teeth, inner region of upper jaw. Maxillary teeth which is present inner region of upper jaw. Second teeth, vomerine teeth, it is present internal nostrils. Beside the two rows is there, both sides of internal nostrils, vomerine teeth are present. And lower jaw is devoid teeth. So maxillary teeth, inner region of upper jaw. Vomer teeth, internal nostrils, in the nostrils, surroundings the nostrils. Lower jaw is devoid of teeth, There is no what you call teeth, not that much developed teeth like that will be there. The mouth opens to the buccal cavity, to pharynx, pharynx to esophagus. Esophagus is a short tube that opens into the stomach. Esophagus is a short tube that opens to the stomach, and stomach leads to intestine, rectum, finally opens into cloaca. So once again, the mouth opens into the buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, and esophagus is short tube that opens into the stomach, intestine, rectum, and finally opens into the cloaca. Liver secretes the bile stored in gallbladder. So liver secretes the bile juice, right? The bile juice stored in the gallbladder. The pancreas also secretes the what you call pancreatic juice. It's a digestive gland. So pancreatic juice contains which one? Digestive enzymes. Food. Which kind of food? When the bifid tongue is there, that will be takes the food, then food will go for digestion. The food digestion will be takes place by the help of HCl and gastric juices. Mainly the what you call the digestion will be takes place by the HCl and gastric juices. Next chyme. The partially digested food is called chyme, that will go to the duodenum, stomach to duodenum. Then bile will be there from pancreatic juice also enter into the duodenum. The bile will helpful for the fat digestion, emulsification, and pancreatic juice digests the carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. So finally digestion takes place in the intestine. So what you have to understand, observe very carefully children. So digestive system of the frog consists of alimentary canal, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, duodenum, ileum, rectum. Okay, these all are very very important. These all next to open into the cloaca. Cloaca to cloacal aperture. These are the parts of digestive system of the frog, especially alimentary canal parts. The mouth is open in the is there in the buccal cavity. You know very well mouth. So the mouth buccal cavity consists of a muscular sticky tongue. The tongue attached in front, not behind, and free at behind. So they will be come out when they will see insect. The free end will be come out. The free edge is forked and flick out when they see insects. And when they see insect, they will attach the insect and gets glued to the sticky tongue. Tongue immediately withdrawn with the taking of that insect, and the mouth closes. There are types of teeth. Maxillary teeth. The maxillary teeth, inner region of upper jaw will be present. Omerant teeth, internal nostrils are there, and lower jaw is devoid of teeth. The mouth opens in the buccal cavity, pharynx, and esophagus. Esophagus is a short tube that opens into the stomach, and stomach open into the intestine. Intestine open into the rectum. Rectum to finally opens into the cloaca. What about the digestion process? There will be liver also is there, pancreas also is there. Liver secretes the bile stored in the gallbladder. The liver secreted bile, where it will be stored? It's stored in the gallbladder. Pancreas is a digestive gland. Pancreas juice is helpful for the digestive enzymes. Food will be absorbed by the bifid tongue. Then digestion, how the food digestion will be takes place in the stomach by the help of HCl and the gastric juices, which is secreted by wall of the stomach. You know that. And partially digested food, what we called chyme. Partially digested food is called chyme, that go to duodenum. Even bile and pancreatic juice also will be go to the duodenum. Bile helpful for the fat digestion, that process called emulsification. Pancreatic juice digests the carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. Finally, digestion takes place in the intestine. Okay, children, good morning. One more concept, the respiration system of the frog we are discussing. We are discussing what? Respiratory system of the frog. What is respiration? The taking of oxygen and the releasing of carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide joins with the glucose or the food materials and give energy. That process called respiration. Oxidation of carbohydrates, then energy will come. Okay. First, what are the respiratory parts in the frog? We are going to discuss. Okay, children. Respiratory system of frog. There are 2 or 3 respiratory organs are there in the frog. Number 1, skin. Number 2, gills. Number 3, buccal cavity. The frog, you know very well, amphibians. They live in the water, and also they live on the land. So the frog live in the water. That time skin they will use as a respiratory organ. When the frog live in the land, they can use skin, lungs, and also buccal cavity. So like this, they will even tadpole larva time they can use gills also. So like that, there will be different types of what is called respiratory organs also there. You know very well the respiration which occurs through the skin is called cutaneous respiration. The respiration which occurs through the gills is called pulmonary respiration. The respiration which occurs to the skin, what is called lungs is called the lungs is called pulmonary respiration, gills is called bronchial respiration, skin is called cutaneous respiration. So these many types of respirations performed by the frog. So now we are going to check how that will be performed, how frogs will be performed cutaneous, gill respiration and lung respiration we are going to discuss. Okay children, observe very carefully. We are entering into the respiration system of the frog. The respiratory system in the frog, in the water, the respiratory organ is in the water. The frog respiratory organ is skin. The frog, the respiratory organ is skin. So through the skin they can involve in the respiration. The respiration system, the respiration process which occurs to the skin is called, what I said, the respiration which occurs to the skin is called, what you call that is cutaneous respiration. The respiration which occurs to the skin is called cutaneous respiration, and dissolved oxygen in water. So that oxygen will be there or not in the water, what will be there? Dissolved state of oxygen that will be diffused inside of the body. So diffusion. What's the meaning of the diffusion? The movement of molecules from high concentration to low concentration is called diffusion. What is osmosis? The movement of molecules from low concentration to high concentration through semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. But here high concentration to low concentration. In the water too much dissolved oxygen. In the body less oxygen. Then what will happen? Automatically the oxygen will be diffused from water to body of the frog. Next, on the land, the frog have buccal cavity, skin, okay, lungs. On the land, the frog will respire through buccal cavity, through the skin, through the lungs. Next point. The gills also useful in the water, the tadpole larval stage. Okay, remember that point. The mouth always closed. The mouth always closed when the nostrils are open. The mouth is not always closed when the nostrils are open. Next, the floor of buccal cavity is also useful for the what is called contraction and relaxation of floor, closing and opening of floor of buccal cavity also helpful for the exchange of the gases. So contraction, relaxation of buccal cavity, floor of buccal cavity also helpful for the respiration. Next, the respiration, just now I said, the respiration which occurs through the lungs is called, what I said, pulmonary respiration through lungs. The respiration which occurs through the lungs is called pulmonary respiration. What kind of characters? What are the characters of the lungs? The lungs are elongated, long, pink color, very important. The lungs are pink colored, sac-like structures. Which like structures? Sac-like structures. Where they located? They located in the thorax region. So the upper thorax region, the lungs are located. So once again, lungs are elongated, pink colored, sac-like structures located in the thorax. Air will pass to the nostrils, nostrils to buccal cavity to lungs, lungs to, you know very well, that will be supplied to the body. So the frogs, when the unfavorable conditions are there, the frogs will perform the two important processes or two important protecting process, what is called aestivation and hibernation. In the summer, too much heat is there, in the sense they will go to burrows and there they can live. That process is called, what is called, aestivation. That is called aestivation. That time also, when they are in the aestivation condition also, they will be respired through which one? The skin. Or when they are in the winter, too much cool Also that time also they will go to what you call sleep. The winter sleep is called hibernation. The summer sleep is called estivation. Summer sleep, estivation. Winter sleep, hibernation. In those particular periods also, these frogs performs which one through skin? They will perform the respiration. In the estivation time through the skin. In hibernation time also through the skin, they will respire. Next, blood vascular system. This is respiratory system. Now we are going to discuss about blood vascular system. The blood vascular, blood is the fluid connecting tissue. So in the circulatory system, what is the main chief pumping organ? Everyone knows, heart. The heart is the chief pumping organ, which consists of how many chambers? 3 chambers are there. Only 3, remember, very important point. This is 3 chambers of the heart is there. So there will be 3 chambers, heart. Blood vessels are there, in the sense what we call that kind of circulation system. When the blood vessels are there, that kind of circulation system is called closed type of circulation system. When the blood vessels not there, blood is flowing in the sinuses, in the sense that kind of circulation system is called open type of circulation system. Open type of circulation system in cockroaches, but here the what is there in the frog circulation system? 3 chambered heart, blood vessels and blood. The heart is covered by one membrane. The heart is covered by a membrane that is called pericardium. The heart is covered by one membrane that is called pericardium. The 2 auricles, very thin, thin chambered auricles, they are together called atria. Only one single ventricle. 3 chambered I said or not? In that 2 are auricles, one is single ventricle. The sinus venosus is large, thin-walled, triangular chamber. Large, thin-walled, very thin. Very important. Accessory chambers are there in the frog. Sinus venosus, very important this word. It's a triangular structure above the right auricle. So there will be, this is the heart, in the sense here, what do you call it? This triangular structure is located on the triangular structure, dorsal side of the heart. Then truncus arteriosus, another accessory chamber, additional chamber. Truncus arteriosus is present here, the ventral surface. Here this is ventral surface. Here sinus venosus is truncus arteriosus. Truncus arteriosus, sinus venosus. Both, one is on the dorsal, another end is the ventral. So the right and left aortic trunk also, the truncus arteriosus later separated into which one? Right and left aortic trunk. So like this, right and left aortic trunk it will be formed. Later there will be, the trunk will be separated into again 3 aortic arches. What are those 3 aortic arches? Namely carotid, systemic, pulmocutaneous arches. What are the 3 aortic arches? Namely carotid, systemic, pulmocutaneous arches. Through that blood will be supplied to all parts. What is the function of carotid trunk? It supplies the blood to anterior region of the body. Supplies the blood to anterior region of the body. Systemic trunk, it supplies the dorsal aorta. It will be a systemic trunk. It is very important. Connect to dorsal aorta. This dorsal aorta supplies the blood posterior part of the body. Then pulmocutaneous trunk, it will be supplies the lungs, blood to lungs and skin. Once again, the truncus arteriosus ventral surface will be present. It separates into right and left aortic trunk. Again, the right and left aortic trunk togetherly separates, divide into 3 aortic arches, namely carotid artery, systemic and pulmocutaneous. Carotid trunk supplies the blood to anterior region of the body. Systemic trunk supplies the dorsal aorta, posterior part of the body. Pulmocutaneous trunk supplies the blood to lungs and skin. There will be sinus venosus is there. The sinus venosus, very very important. That is collection of the, which one? Deoxygenated blood. The sinus venosus is divided into 2 previa caval vein, 1 postal caval vein. So they will collects the blood from the different parts of the body and takes to the right auricle. What about left auricle? Left auricle consists of pulmonary vein connected to pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein receives the which one? Oxygenated blood from the lungs. So renal and hepatic portal system, which is collect from the kidneys and which is collect from the liver, also blood collection systems are there. They are called renal and hepatic portal system also present. Come to the blood. The blood plasma is there. The blood 60% blood occupied by the plasma, 40% occupied by the cells. So WBC, platelets, RBC is present. RBC is oval shaped and a very special feature, most important character of the RBC is nucleated. Nucleus is present, but all don't have the nucleus. But all developed mammals don't have RBC, don't have nucleus. But here amphibians RBC have the nucleus. Okay, children. Once again, listen carefully. Respiratory system of frog in water through the skin and gills. In the tadpole larva stage, they will perform through gills. In water through the skin, that is called the respiration which occurs through the skin is called cutaneous respiration. Through dissolved oxygen that will be diffused into the body. In the water, what is there? If dissolved oxygen is there, that is enter into the skin through the diffusion. What's the meaning of diffusion? High concentration to low concentration movement molecules. Here oxygen is moving. On land, so frogs live in the water and what you call land also. That's why frogs are called amphibians. So frogs live on the land. There will be buccal cavity, skin, lungs also will be there. On the land, the frogs performs the buccal cavity, skin through lungs. This is important. The most important thing is through buccal cavity, skin and lungs, they will be what you call performs the respiration. On the land, they will respire through buccal cavity, skin and lungs. Mouth is closed. Mouth is very closed. And the mouth, when the mouth is closed, what will be open? Nostrils will be open. When the mouth are closed, very important point this is, when the mouth always closed, when the nostrils are open. The floor of buccal cavity also involved in the respiration. Why? Because contraction, relaxation also, movement of air will be takes place. Next, pulmonary respiration. The respiration which occurs to the lungs is called what you call pulmonary respiration. What are the characters of the lungs? Lungs are elongated, pink colored sac-like structures. The lungs are located in the thorax region. The air passage will be observed carefully. Air will be passed through the nostrils to buccal cavity to remaining parts lungs. At the time of estivation and hibernation, what's the meaning of estivation? Summer sleep. In the too much hot temperature, they will take the rest in the burrows. That is called summer sleep. Hibernation, winter sleep. That time they will involve in the respiration through skin. Blood vascular system also will be there. There will be heart. 3-chambered heart is there. Blood vessels and blood is also 3-chambered heart. Don't forget. The heart is covered with pericardium and also atrias. Okay, 2 atrias, 2 auricles. Atria means auricles. 2 auricles, one ventricle is there. The sinus venosus, the accessory chamber, large thin-walled triangular chamber that will be present dorsal side of the heart, accessory chamber, triangular chamber. Truncus arteriosus, ventral surface. Again, truncus arteriosus separate into what I said, right and left aortic trunks. Then right and left aortic trunk togetherly, what again? They will be converted to 3 aortic arches, namely carotid, systemic, pulmocutaneous. The carotid trunk, anterior region of the body, it will be present. And the carotid trunk supplies the blood to which part? Anterior region of the body. The systemic trunk, dorsal aorta, supplies the systemic trunk connected to dorsal aorta. It supplies which one? Posterior part of the body. Next, the pulmocutaneous trunk supplies the oxygenated blood to lungs and skin. Next, veins. Arteries connects the supplies the oxygenated blood to body parts. What about the veins? Veins sends the deoxygenated blood to 2 precaval veins, 1 postcaval vein. receives the blood through two pre-caval veins and one post-caval vein. So blood to the right auricle, they receive which part? They will take to blood to which part? Right auricle. What about left auricle? The left auricle connects the lungs to left auricle connected by pulmonary vein. Everyone knows. All arteries carries oxygenated blood, but pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood. All veins carries the receives the deoxygenated blood, but pulmonary vein carries the oxygenated blood from heart to which part? Left auricle. Receives oxygenated blood. Renal and hepatic portal system, which are the blood collecting systems, veins also there. Renal means kidney. From kidney collection of the blood will be there. From the liver also collecting of the blood is there through portal systems. They are called renal and hepatic portal systems also present in the frog. The blood is also very special blood is there in the frog. Red color only, hemoglobin is there. There will be plasma is there 60%. Cells occupies a 40% in the blood. There will be WBC platelets also present. There will be RBC is present. RBC is which shaped? It's a oval, and special feature is RBC consists of nucleus. Okay children.